What is up, everyone? It's WTS Weather here with yet another weather forecast video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the possibility of an extremely dangerous winter storm for next week, and we're going to be going in depth on all the possibilities and effects it can have on the United States. And as always, if you guys want to help out the channel, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It does help my videos get recommended to more people, and it does motivate me to make more awesome weather forecasts for you guys. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Alright, so first things first, we're taking a look at the GFS model here. So first, actually, I'm going to talk about the possibility of some light to moderate snowfall this weekend on Sunday. I know I said earlier we were talking about the possibility of it being a bigger storm, but obviously the latest models have trended a little bit weaker and further to the east. So with that being said, it's not really going to be much. As you can see, some light snowfall here for places like North Carolina, Virginia, southern New Jersey, and then basically moves out of the way. Not really going to bother anyone. So if you guys do have plans for Super Bowl parties this weekend in the Northeast, this is nothing you need to worry about. However, we are going to talk about the possibility for something really big next week, which we'll get into right now. So now we're going to go ahead and go to look at the medium range on the GFS model. This is 138 hours out, February 16th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. As always, the time is in the top right part of your screen right here. So as you can see, we have this little system out here in the northwest, some snow up here in the Rockies. And now what this is going to do is it's going to kind of go like this and go across the United States and go out into Canada eventually. Now, this is kind of similar to the system we had about a week ago. Where we had that ice mainly was with the storm. We had also maybe a foot of snow in some places, and it was basically just a huge front that moved through. This is going to be basically the same thing. So what's going to happen here is it's going to kind of develop over the Midwest, and it's going to make this huge area here of possible severe weather. This is a big question mark right now because obviously the specifics aren't very persistent right now because it's 150 hours out, so it's very uncertain. But if you were in the southern United States, definitely watch this because the southern part of this could have some severe weather. As you see, very strong, moisture, very strong precipitation there in the south, places like Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia. You guys definitely need to watch out for this, for severe weather. And in terms of ice and snow, that is going to stay to the north. So places like Texas, I don't think you'll need to worry about snow as much with this one. More for places in the north. Now, northeast, another thing I want to mention, you guys are going to be in a milder period when this comes through, so I'm looking at rain for the Northeast. I know a lot of you don't want to hear that. The Northeast has had kind of not very good of a winter, at least most of the Northeast. Places like Boston, you guys are pretty on average, but places like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, you guys have really not had a good winter, and I know you guys really want this to be snow, but unfortunately, as of now, it is not looking like snow. So you can move ahead a little bit further here, and you can see it kind of exits to the north here and leaves behind some more rain in the Northeast. In terms of wind, taking a look at the wind now, I mean, this is on the surface, this is on the ground basically, and this is sustained winds. So you can see places like Texas, southern Texas, you guys have the possibility to get some good wind out of this, according to the latest GFS model run. Now, keep in mind, this is bound to change, but this storm is, honestly, in my opinion, the storm is definitely happening, because just a strong storm signal we've gotten, at least even 200 hours out, this is definitely going to be something big for much of the United States. We can move ahead a little bit more here. You can see the wind actually does develop. Places like the Midwest, you guys are going to be getting some very strong wind out of this. We're talking, sustained winds 30 knots, maybe even up to 40 in some places in high elevations. Move ahead a little bit more here. Northeast, places like New Jersey, the Jersey Shore, Delaware, Maryland, you guys are also going to get some winds out of this. Places near the Great Lakes, upstate New York, also some strong winds. Now, keep in mind, the locations are not nailed down. However, you can just see in general, it's going to be a very, very strong storm. We're talking 988 millibars, 985 as it moves out of the area. So that is very strong, and the gradient on this is going to be pretty tight in some places, especially to the northwest of the storm. So places up here where you can see that the gradient is really tight, right around here. That's where I think the worst winds will be, as well as the snow. So we're talking most likely blizzard conditions to the northwest of the storm. Now, going ahead and taking a look at the European model, this is the other global model, which the GFS sometimes is in agreement in and sometimes with not. In this case, they are both in agreement, which is why I'm saying this is very, very, very strong storm signal and definitely something we need to watch out for. So the GFS here, pretty much in agreement. This is February 16th, and you can see it has that low pressure over the Midwest, and it does dip down and then redevelop and kind of moves out to the north. Now, some of the precip on the European model is not as strong as the GFS, is one thing I will note. However, it is a very strong signal. So if you move ahead a little bit more here, you can see we have this area of possible severe weather here in the south. Now, one thing I do want to keep in mind while looking at this model is that This is only the precip, so not the precip type. I know you guys don't see any snow on this. That is because this model does not have the precip type on it. It is only the rate of the precipitation. I've said this a lot of times, but just for my new viewers who don't know, this could be, I'm gonna guess, like, up here above this line here is probably all snow. So like this huge area here is all snow. So places like the Great Lakes, even upstate New York, you guys need to watch out for this. Now, of course, the specifics, like I said, are not 100% solid yet, but just something to look out for. We could take a look at the winds really quickly on the European model. And as you can see, it is a little bit weaker than the GFS. However, it is still, that's still some pretty strong winds there. Places like New Jersey, southern New Jersey, you guys are still getting that strong winds, 20 knots, maybe 30 knots at the shore, as well as places in the Midwest. Like I said, to the northwest of the storm is where I really think we could see some blizzard conditions happening. So obviously it moves out again, and that is pretty much it with this storm, and it's going to leave behind some pretty cold air, I do believe. We could check that out really quickly. So switching back to the GFS model here, you can see we do have this trough here that's going to kind of move to the east and move some cold air into places like the northeast and eastern United States. So if we skip ahead a little bit more, you see it kind of moves into the eastern United States. And then it does fairly quickly move out of the way, and we get though it looks like another storm, possibly on the 20th. Keep in mind, this is very far out. And then I believe it does go into another warm period for the eastern United States. But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it. I'm only going to be talking about this storm for probably the next few days, just because the storm for this weekend is not looking to be as significant. I do have a very kind of a special video planned for you guys tomorrow. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good day, stay safe, and peace out.